Hello and welcome to my podcast, Conversations with Cornelius, where I, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, discuss, chat and hypothesize on all things from fatherhood, marriage, comedy and everything else in between. From time to time, there will be special guests, but mostly it's going to be me and some regular contributors, including my main squeeze, Noelle Patricia O'Sullivan, aka the wife. So sit back, relax and enjoy Conversations with Cornelius. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and today I am in the John Hume War Room. It is Friday. I think it's the 19th.
Yeah, spot on the 19th.
It's the 19th of July. July, please. I'm on my knees. I'm begging. I don't know the words.
I've never heard of it, no.
You never,
That's
Monday,
a new one to me.
Monday, July, please. I'm on my knees. The smell of your fresh.
I don't listen to music.
You don't listen to music at all?
No, not really.
Okay.
Unless it's opera.
Do you listen to a lot of opera?
I don't really know.
But if you are listening to music, it's just predominantly opera?
I don't really mind opera.
Who's your favourite opera singer?
Ingvar Cortez, the Icelandic singer.
Oh, yeah. Is that a...
He sings Nella Fantasia.
Nella Fantasia. Is that how that
That's
was?
spot on, actually. Yeah.
Is it?
That's really good. Is it? No, way off.
My favourite opera singer, I would have to go with the late...
Pavarotti.
Great Luciano Pavarotti.
He did a few funny duets with all sorts of fucking pop singers
He
back
did a
in
great
the
duet.
Celine Dion was actually one that he
His
did.
best duet, in my opinion, was with Queen, with Freddie Mercury.
That's right, yeah.
Barcelona.
Now, you surely remember the opening of the Italian 90.
Whoa, what one was that?
You know, he sings a team song. I think it's for the opening ceremony or some banquet before the actual first game of the World Cup. Yeah, it's
He does a great version of Nessun Dorma.
Nessa Dorma, yeah.
Who's Nessa Dorma? Who's that Nessa Dorma that he's always fucking saying about? Pavarotti
by.
Barcelona, Barcelona.
Jeez, I'm surprised. Fair play.
Jesus. Why is it not coming up here? Did he not do Barcelona? Maybe that's a different person who sung Barcelona. Who sung Barcelona with Queen? Queen.
Jeez, you had me there now.
Yeah, I thought
You
it
had
was
me
him.
there.
Q-U-E-E.
Just type in him with
Queen
Queen.
Barcelona here. Was it? I thought it was fucking Pavarotti. It's not.
There you go now.
Oh my god. Is it? Freddie Mercury Barcelona, taken from the special edition for this. It's a chick that's singing with him.
Let's have a look at this.
Yeah, that's definitely not Pavarotti. Unless Pavarotti turned into a woman for the song, I don't think it's him. Oh my god. Do you know what, Pete? You've got me into opera, man.
There you go. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I actually trained opera.
You what?
I trained opera. If I'm doing like fucking hard sessions, hard repeats on the bike, I throw on opera.
You throw on opera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's perfect for me.
I listen to a lot of Lyric FM, and I do genuinely love opera as well. I do. I love classical music. I love opera as well. I genuinely do. But I don't listen intently to it when I'm training. Not that I train that much, but like I try to listen to.
No, you're back training now, aren't you? Just twice this week.
Twice this week.
Yeah, like we were saying in the car, it's maintenance.
Maintenance.
Yeah, maintaining what you have.
Which is not a lot.
And you know, there's a lot there, no, in fairness.
Thank you.
To maintain.
I don't know, is that an insult or a compliment?
That would be a mixture.
Take it as a compliment.
You do.
It's a compliment.
You do you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage this week's guest, the Mind Guy, and the crowd go wild.
So I've made it to the big time here. I'm on the big podcast.
Big podcast. So we've been trialing the sports podcast for the last couple of weeks and getting great feedback.
I was going to say it's floundered. That's why I'm here now.
Getting great feedback.
Great feedback. Very good.
But I want to launch it properly, so it's ceasing to exist now until it's launched properly. But the beta has been done, and my number crunchers in the other room have come out and they were like, yeah, look, the guests is passable. And I can't get anyone else to do it.
That's as good as I get.
Yeah, passable. So, and there's literally no one else. I've asked everyone. They're like, no fucking way.
Oh,
you know,
I didn't realize. That's news to me. I thought I was your number one call. I thought you were.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, you were number one after the first book was gone. You were number one in the second book of the first book. There was 150
Is there many
pages.
names in the second book at least?
There's only the one actually.
Just
the one.
the one.
I couldn't get you into the first book. But here you are.
No,
and you're so and do you know what? You're so excited and happy to be here. I'm like, I couldn't break your heart.
You're very good at reading body language, in
I
fairness.
couldn't break your heart, man.
Yeah.
This is the highlight of your week.
Super excited.
So we're gonna start that podcast in the new year. Mine guy's doing a bit of travelling, and I want to get a little bit of continuity in it. I'll have different guests on now, but I want to have mine guy on as a regular contributor. He's a good friend.
I tried well, like, you know.
You tried well. You passed the trials. You throws, mate. You go up and down the steps. Well done, mate. You're in 12-month contract.
Hard to get rid of me
it's
now.
unpaid. So what I'm going to do for the next couple of weeks is mine guy's going to be on the main platform here.
Do you think you lose many listeners now?
I
with
could
me
lose
being
a
here?
lot, but
that's a risk.
There's people that like Noel who's on here an awful lot, right?
Yeah.
And they love Noel. And the good news is, if you want to listen to Noel, I'm still doing a podcast every week with Noel. The bad news is that's a Patreon. You have to pay for that. The good news is
you're using your wife to get some cash, really. So you're almost pimping your wife out in a way.
am I prostituting my wife for financial gain? Well, she takes all the money. So, like, yeah, she literally takes all the money. So I don't know. I think I'm the prostitute.
So she's the pimp and
I think I'm the prostitute and she's the pimp. My wife is pimping me out.
Yeah, anyway, she is, yeah.
And for as little as $5 a month, you can get onto the Patreon, and the link is in the description. Just Google Patreon Conversations with Cornelius, and it'll take you there anyway. And myself and Noel are on that every week.
Very good.
And so we'll do this for the foreseeable up for a couple of months, just to get people used to your voice as well. And then
I mean, I've starred in this podcast previously, like, you know.
Yeah, the
numbers were quite poor, if I remember.
Do you know what I think is a funny word in that sentence now? Starred. You know, that you could have used so many different adjectives there, like, and you went with that then, like.
I carried the episodes as far as I remember. You know, carried the episodes. Yeah. And do you know who I want back as well? Dylan.
We'll get Dylan in definitely.
Yeah.
I dropped Dylan up to the airport yesterday.
Where's he after?
He's gone to Lanzarote.
Oh, you do that when you're younger, don't you?
Yeah.
Is he single now? Or
no, he's gone over with his girlfriend. But I thought it was very funny. Dropping him up, and he was like, I was like, "This is lovely now, two of you are off, you know." And he was like, "Yeah, we were Dylan Hyland, who you know."
I do.
Dylan Hyland was supposed to be going, but he broke up with his old doll now, so he's still coming, and he's bringing one of his friends, a good friend of mine. So there's like the two lads going over now as well.
Two nice couples, fair play to them.
And I was like, I was just like thinking Shauna's going to be in the back, and she's going to be like, "Fuck's sake!" The boys are going to be mad for sesh, like, you know.
How old is Dylan now?
26.
26. Jesus, time flies. 26. Lanzarote, fair play.
Yeah.
They'll have a good crack.
Happy days, Patsy Hayes. But so that's the crack. So we'll move on to today's podcast, guys. And today's podcast is called The News. And we're going to start off with, I'm on the RT website. And I'm just going to click into the website. I'm going to have a look at what's the news.
So basically, RTs are doing research for us, really.
RT does all the research.
Yeah.
We then basically pick one thing that's on the news here, and we'll talk about that then in a very educated, uneducated way.
There'll be a lot of nuance to what we're saying.
There'll be nuance.
Yeah.
There'll be non-facts, non-factual. There'll be opinions that, like, honestly, probably shouldn't even be aired.
They should. Yeah. No, I kind of agree with that. Sure. Let's strike on.
That's it. So, bang, fix deployed for global IT outage. There's been a global IT out. That's number one. Microsoft aware of Windows OS getting fucked at. Taoiseach wants COVID inquiry plan published by September. I shouldn't be here. Trump recalls shooting at convention. God intervened. You know, he said.
He's looking for that God vote, is he?
Yeah.
That middle America, that fucking Bible belt of
Will
the
we
States.
talk about Trump?
Let's talk about the orange lad.
Yeah.
Trump.
The Oompa Loompa. Trumpa Loompa. Oompa Trumpa. This podcast will be fucking just exonerated now, taken, or not exonerated, but just like fucking, what's that other word that begins with, like fucking just extinguished.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're talking about Trump in disparaging tones, although you were kind of softening to
I
him.
actually don't mind. I think they're all rubbish. Equally rubbish.
Yeah,
Do you know, I mean, Biden, I hate poking fun at a man that's losing his cognitive abilities. And that's what some of the media are doing. Like, I feel bad for him, but then again, he was a career politician that continuously lied throughout his career. Even silly little things about the grades he got in school.
I saw that.
Oh, it just showcases, and he got away with it back then because it wasn't as easy.
He was like, "I'll challenge you to a debate right here, right now."
Yeah.
I finished top of my class.
Yeah, I've got this, and this, and it was all nonsense.
Yeah.
He's nonsense.
Yeah.
They're all nonsense.
But it is funny how the left has. Like like fucking hell, man! There's such a divide now between the left and the right. Like left, it's too. This is what I think, right? I think left is too left, and I think right is too right.
Yeah, there's no middle ground anymore,
No.
and there's no debate. Everybody wants to be in their echo chamber, listening to the same opinion as themselves. And nobody's changing their minds anymore. This is my opinion, and I'm going to die in this opinion. Or like, I've been a Republican since I've been 18, and I'll die a Republican, and there's nothing going to stop me there. Being a Republican, whether it's fucking Trump's outlandish fucking views, policies, it doesn't matter.
Well, Trump was a Democrat. Well, Trump is a politician.
He switched over.
He was a Democrat. Sure, Hillary Clinton was at his wedding, or he was at Hillary Clinton's wedding, or some fucking wedding.
Yeah, I think he paid for her to go to be.
But then he said if I was gonna run, I'd definitely run as a Republican. Those guys are dumb, And there's a very famous Republican who listens to this podcast, and he's definitely not dumb. It's my uncle Mike, and he's a huge Trump fan. And I've been watching the whole thing unfold over what do you think of the assassination attempt like?
Okay, it's all mental, isn't it? A 20-year-old gets onto a roof somehow, spotted by members of the audience minutes before the actual shooting takes place. As she pointed out that this man has a gun on the roof. The police still seem oblivious, so somehow he manages to get on a roof. He manages to escape the attentions of the Secret Service, manages to get a couple of shots off a man who's potentially actually odds on to become president of the States, a former president, and then his head is blown off and it's found to be explosives in his car. It just seems it's a bit mad. And then Trump, looking for his shoes, gets his shoes and then whispers, wait, wants to make this grand gesture to the audience. Would you think his first fucking sentence uttered out of his mouth would be, is anybody hurt? No, he actually wants to make a grandstand and to to show that he's a man and that he's fucking, try to get his crowd cheering and try to take advantage of the situation. And then there happens to be a prize photographer in the audience that takes a snapshot. One of the greatest pictures that I'd say is going to win the debate for Trump, going to win the election for him, with his fist pumped in the air, the American flag behind him, and fucking, it's mad, isn't it?
It's pretty fucking crazy.
It's just like, how
when you peel back the facts like that, when you peel it back, like the fact that there's a man able to get up onto a roof within shooting distance of the president.
He's 20.
20-year-old kid, yeah.
No life experience.
Yeah. And when you peel back, but there's the conspiracy theories are out there already. I'm not even going to get into them now. But
what? People say it was set up, but I don't.
I think that's just.
Wouldn't it be mad if Trump, if Trump set it up, it'd be mad because he was odds on to win anyway. So that'd be ridiculous. And there was a person killed in the audience, so that makes no sense.
And there's 2 people critically injured.
And then there's other people saying that maybe. Like the Secret Service actually.
Are you telling me I wouldn't put anything past politicians, man, at that level? I would there's collateral damage. People are collateral damage.
Yeah, but he turned his head and the bullet. I don't know. Wait a second now. Are you saying that Trump? No, I'm not saying that you're saying. Are you saying there's some conspiracy theories? The
conspiracy theory is that it's all set up to enable Trump win, and that it was all staged. And it is. I think that is. I do think that is unbelievable. That's an unbelievable.
Yeah.
When someone says that's unbelievable, I actually think the word it's not believable. But that is. They're the first murmurings of
But then, Cornelius, how many people would be involved in this conspiracy? How many people have to remain stum? How many people, anyway? But
I think you're underestimating the behind the scenes of the politics, man. It's an evil game. There's people, there's paid actors come to these rallies as well. That has been proven. And
didn't a famous conspiracy theorist, is it Alex Jones? He got into big trouble about was it fake actors that got people were killed. I don't know. There were shootings, a mass shooting.
Yeah,
and he said
he lost his whole fortune.
Oh, everything. Yeah, he lost a fortune. Is right. What? It was the Sanders shoot. I can't remember.
The Sander Valley shooting or something like that. It was a school shooting, wasn't it, or something like that? And
I just don't know enough about it.
It didn't happen. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. So, but getting back to the incoming President Trump, unless he is taken out, I think he is going to be up there and he's going to have a job. And I think, and this is the thing is, he's You said at the start they're both bad candidates. I think Biden is terrible. But as of today, and I was listening to this on the news last night as well. They're trying to oust him. The Democrats are trying to get rid of him. So by the time this comes out next Tuesday, Biden could be fucking history. He could be dust.
Sure, he could be dead.
He could. Well, there's a good he could be dead tomorrow. He could be fucking. He's got COVID.
Yeah.
COVID could take him out, man.
Could take him out.
COVID could take him out. Wouldn't that be very ironic?
That we could actually do a wager on that a little bit.
I don't want to bet on the demise of a human being, though, so I'll stick with the sports.
Give good odds.
What are the odds? What odds are you giving me? No, I wouldn't do that. I just couldn't do that. Yes! How much you win? I win a tenner. Woohoo! What are you celebrating? I bet that he would die this weekend, and he did. Yes. No.
I suppose we break it out like that.
No, I don't. I think I'll remove myself from that particular. But I do think it gives a little snapshot into the internal workings of your mind, which is
everything's up for offer, isn't it? So you never know.
I mean, if the odds were very good, if they're too good to be true.
I mean, let's discuss it later. I think.
Yeah, let's discuss it later.
Maybe.
But
speaking of wages, actually, I know our wagers. There's a tenner there.
Yeah.
With my name on it.
We'll move on to the sports section.
Yeah. No, I kind of skipped ahead there, but it's looking very enticing. Yeah. It's calling my name. So
we do a wager every time we're on.
Let's not discuss previous wagers.
On
no
the podcast. Let's give this is the regular podcast, man. People need to know. Yeah, so we do a wager every time we're on, okay? And we keep score. And the score is money, okay? Sometimes we have one wager. Sometimes we'll have two wagers. We've now decided that the wager is going to be set at €10 and nothing above and below. And if we have any side wagers, it has to be below that.
Yeah.
So at the moment, the score is I'm up €25. That's basically what I'm up. I'm up €25.
Have you won three? Maybe
I've won three on the trot.
Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately,
I've been fleeced there.
Unfortunately, the last bet, the bet last weekend, which was based around Gaelic football, Galway versus Donegal, which, if you think about it, and I have been, you didn't even, I was the one who you said you pick whichever one you want, so you didn't even.
Do you notice one thing? That I didn't text you immediately after the result. Okay, complete opposite to your fucking shenanigans. Straight away after as I fucking win, I get fucking inundated with texts. Some better man.
Yeah,
I am the better man.
Well, look, I don't know about that because you've paid me in coins, all right? And people look at you different. People judge you now if you pay in
€2
coins.
coins.
You're
judged. Notes.
You go in to pay for messages with coins. People behind the counter are looking at you going, bless.
Do you know what, man? I actually don't care about people's opinions.
Well, don't you? All right. Well, here's your grisly €10, right, in note form. Here it is. That's the sound of it crumpling.
Too bad it looks dishevelled. Yeah, I'm not really.
That's the sound of it there. And it's €10. Whatever. What would €10 buy you today?
I don't go shopping.
Don't you? There you go.
Couldn't relate to the common people.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
€10 there into the pocket, and no, you're still not winning overall. I'm still up 15, over the. So
I'm a man now who focuses on the present. The past is done, finished.
Okay.
I don't dwell on fucking issues from before.
I kind of deal in reality. I'm up 15. So I suppose we're going to move on now to the sports, right? There's nothing else to talk about on the sports. Only one game, really.
Yeah, well, it is. It's the big fucking final.
Yeah.
So, what do you reckon?
Hurling.
First of all, are you going to the game?
Well, as I am sitting talking to you now, I have been promised a ticket, and from a very reliable source who I trust. So yes, I am.
Yeah,
I don't have the ticket in my hand.
Yeah, you go to all the games, you deserve to go, and people out there as well that go to all the games and who are struggling to get a ticket for the final. It's all wrong. It's unfair, isn't it? And you get some fucking gimps who are going and haven't attended one solitary game, league or championship. So it's a bit wrong in that regard.
Yeah,
but
that's the world, though, isn't it? That's the world. You go see Coldplay. I never saw Coldplay when they were coming up through the shitty clubs in England. But I'm going to see them in Croke Park in a couple of weeks' time.
Are you going to Croke Park?
Well, Noel booked me tickets. I wouldn't go to them otherwise.
So you've been forced to go to Rod Stewart and now
Coldplay. Yeah. I used to like their earlier stuff, but I do get your point, and I fucking just knew I was going to get a ticket.
Yeah.
Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah.
Now the only thing that I have is I just don't want to stand, because I can't enjoy the game when I'm standing. I really can't. I've been in, and I watched.
I mean, you're old. Your body's fucking decrepit.
That too, and I'm not tall. I'm 5'7". And if you're in the terrace and there's a load of young fellas fucking locked, throwing fucking digs at each other and drinking cans. I'm there. I want to watch the puck out strategies. I want to watch the runs off the ball. I want to be able to fucking walk down and go to the toilet and come back and have a seat to sit down. And as you said, I'm getting to the latter stages of
your life,
my teens, and I just don't want to be standing, and I have a bad knee as well at the best of times. So anyway, I've been promised a ticket. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I was at the match last week, the Limerick match, and
tell me this: people told me now who've been there, the atmosphere was unbelievable. It was the best atmosphere. The lads have been to the new camp, they've been to fucking sporty events the world over, huge games, but they said nothing compared to what the atmosphere was like.
It was unreal, man.
Yeah,
it was unreal. I wrote a song for it. Sure, I wrote a song.
I listened to your new song.
Yeah,
I thought it was very good.
Yeah,
I thought it was very good. I made a comment as well. I said glorious and I meant glorious. Very funny, very funny. The feedback was actually very good. I was hoping to see a couple of negative comments.
I did get one.
I seen that, but like he was actually. Do you know what I didn't like?
What?
People jumped to your defence.
Did they?
Yeah, people say, "Oh, he's no taste." I was kind of hoping people would fall onto his bandwagon and say, "Do you know what? Brutal."
Where was that? Was that on Facebook? Was it?
I don't know. I was on the Mind Read Room page, and this popped up.
Yeah. I did. I got one hateful comment, but you're a fucking hell. Like.
But in fairness, now, Jesus, it was all largely positive. You know, and again, it kind of. I was hoping for a few digs, but I didn't get any. So.
Like it did.
So well done.
No, it did great numbers. It did great. It's only up to 24 hours.
So you only wrote it in a matter of days.
So it comes back to your atmosphere thing, right? I was at the game, right, and the atmosphere, Pete. So I was at my first All-Ireland was 1986 when my father. I was 9 years old, and that was good. I have a great memory of it. I can't really remember what the atmosphere was like, but I remember vividly. Just being in the Hogan stand and watching the maroon and the red and white, and John Fenton was on the first half, and I remember it being Jimmy Barry Murphy's last game.
Very good.
Ger Fitzgerald and Kevin Hennessy and Tomas Mulcahy, great players for Cork, right? I remember that, and I have a lovely, fond, heartfelt memory for that, but I don't remember the atmosphere. Right?
Yes.
The next one I was at the hurling in 1990, the one that they won the double. Great game. Again, played Galway. Unbelievable game. Hurling is just amazing. Hurling is amazing. I still don't remember the atmosphere. 1999 was the first time that I fucking remembered just raw, animalistic, powerful, fucking a feeling of where Cork. You know, 99. I was stood in the hill in the pissing rain, as I said in the song, and fucking, it was a different time. There was the internet was around, but no one had Facebook wasn't around.
Yeah.
There was no there was no social media.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it was just, I remember getting fucking. We weren't supposed to win. We played Kilkenny. We were underdogs, and I think the score was 13 points to 12. Like what? So it was something stupidly small. I won't Google it now because it'll just fucking take too long. But I think it was around that. It was a small score, and that wouldn't even be a half-time score now.
No, not in the modern game now. Yeah,
and it was a gritty game. But that game, Don Logue was in goals. The lads that were our age, like Ben O'Connor twins, Timmy McCarthy, who I went to school with, was playing wing forward. Scored 2
great
points.
Bit of stuff.
I think he got 4 points that day.
He was a great bit of stuff.
Yeah, and text in there from Conspiracy John there now. Fucking, I'm trying to get Conspiracy on to do a podcast.
Is he going to jump on? I'll listen to that podcast now.
Yeah, he definitely will. Yeah, I'll just I shouldn't really read text now in the middle of a podcast.
I mean, it's a private text. You should read it out.
We might need to do it soon before they turn off the lights. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the IT thingy. I'm not informed at all. I need to inform myself.
Need to get informed on it.
Yeah. Sure, look.
But that was the best atmosphere. Because I was at the 05 final, the Satanto Halpine was playing around that time. You know, it was just a lot. Like you had the likes of your man Tom Kenny from Granada playing in that.
Yeah.
And another good team that probably should have done better. But remember when that finished, there's no way someone would have told me then that it would be 19 years.
Yeah.
Before we'd win another All-Ireland. Now, we haven't won the one yet. It could be 20 years on Sunday.
Yeah.
You know?
It's funny, the way it goes, isn't it, Cornelius? It was small margins, or they could have got knocked out in the stage, in the fucking Munster stage, quite easily.
The reason I think we're going to win is because the atmosphere that was in Croke Park last week was... They talk about the 16th man. This was the 17th man.
Will Clare bring the same sort of atmosphere? No? Yes?
They beat us in 2013, so the drought isn't as long.
Would you believe in that? One of our first dates, myself and Clow, my other wife, we had a bet on the game. And that's one of the first times we met. We had a 10 or a 5er, and she backed Clare, I backed Cork. And so we're going to go for a rematch.
This time.
We're going to go for a rematch now.
And the first game was a draw.
Yeah, and then we bet on the second game.
We should have won the first game. We should have put it out of sight. Their cornerback came up, no one marking him. He had a free fucking shot from the half back line or half forward line. He shouldn't have even been up that far. It was ridiculous. Over the bar, draw. They sprung Shane O'Donnell then, the mighty Shane O'Donnell, who has been.
He's unbelievable. We watched him live there against Wexford.
Yeah.
He's just an athlete.
He's an athlete, and he scored a hat trick, and we against us in the replay, and then suddenly we were like, fucking hell. So I do think they've won that sooner. I do think the drought and Cork with hurling, it's just a different beast. Like, because I follow the footballers as well. Yeah, there's such a difference in going to the games. Like, I mean, like you're almost reporting for duty with the football. You know,
yeah.
Nodding, you see the same faces, the same lads that are going to soldiering along in pain. Like, and then the hurling, it's like fucking supporting Real Madrid. Right,
I suppose,
and fucking Barnsley.
You supporting the football. Your reward is supporting the hurlers.
That's the reward, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't been for 19 years. It hasn't been for 19 years, and but I have a sickening perversion for the footballers. Like, you know, that like I almost like if they said you can't go for you can't have the both of them. If I was given the choice, I'd be like, oh fuck. I don't think I'd instantly jump onto the hurlers. Like, I'd have to think about it.
Fuck it.
But the reason I'm saying all of this is the atmosphere of that Limerick match. Honest to God, man, it was, if you could bottle electricity and liquefy it and drink it, it was amazing. Like, it was utterly amazing. There was the best example I can give you, right? And I've said this to a few people, right? Is I had unbelievable seats. I was in the Cusick upper stand, right down at the bottom of the stand, so high enough to be able to see the slitter at eye level, right? When it was being pucked out, and high enough to see all the puck out strategies, the off the ball runs, but low enough to be able to be in the game and be at the game. Yeah. And I was all Cork. It was about 3-1 Cork. Anyway, at the match, which was maybe 3-2, maybe 3-2. Yeah. It was like, but it was fucking. But Cork fans were so loud. They were so loud. But there was 4 people sitting in front of me, and I was by myself. At the game, just me and my bag and my sandwiches, and there was 4 people sitting in front of me, 2 couples, and one of the women, she was stunning. She was absolutely. I'm a happily married man. I would have ran off and just thrown it all away for a chance with this girl. She was amazing looking.
That's a bold comment to make, but yeah.
But I defy she was just Cleopatra-esque. She was gorgeous, stunning, and she was wearing a Cork jersey. He's just like any red-blooded man.
I think it was the Cork jersey that just...
The Cork jersey just fucking added that je ne sais quoi to it, like, you know. But any red... Like, there was a fucking grown men with fucking... that were half blind that were fucking watching this woman. She was a really good-looking woman, right? Yeah. And, when we got the first goal, the only goal...
I just wonder where this is going, but go on, yeah.
Right? The whole place erupted, right? And the volume of the noise just bellowed out all over the stadium. It was deafening noise now, right? But not only was it like loud, all right, and ferocious, but people were losing their shit for this instant. Like, there was pain coming out through the holes in people's mouths, like fucking guttural, going yes, because like it was just, and this woman who was in front of me lost who she was, and it was beautiful. It was so beautiful and everyone else, myself included, and like I tried to stop to watch what was going on, because I was enjoying the beauty of what was going on as much as the goal, you know. And I was transfixed with this woman who was just fucking. She was having a fucking orgasm. She was having I was like, I'm seeing this woman come, you know. And this is what, like, this is if she's had the best night of her life, you know. But the men beside her were also gyrating with just physical expressions of joy through this fucking passage. It was hard to explain. I was like coming out of the game, I was like, I'm definitely going to the final. Like, I mean, that energy is
Well,
just so hard to get in life.
Think what it is outside the sporty arena. Like, how many times can a person react like that in life in any given situation? When does that pop up? Like, when do you get a reaction like that?
Never, hardly.
When
Never.
do you see it in life? Like?
Yeah, and life is so tough at the moment
Yeah.
for the world. People are under so much fucking pressure and stress, and like.
But they're even better to celebrate it with another fucking 40,000 people there.
And her husband was beside, I presume, her boyfriend was beside her, and they embraced, man. I
Yeah.
swear to God, it was so beautiful. Like, they were squeezing each other, like, you know, it was, but it was just amazing.
Yeah.
And it was just, they had this thing in common. This is who we are. This is what we love. And the whole place was fucking, they were like, do you know those, when you see salmon spawning, you know, and they're swimming back to their fucking ground.
Back against the,
and
what
there's
you call it, yeah.
thousands of them in a small little thing. That's
Yeah.
what it was like. It was like just fucking leaping out of the fucking river, trying to get back home, you know. It was just unreal. And the final whistle, I never heard a noise like it. Like, it was unreal. Like, it was unreal. And yeah, and you see Cork now. Cork is red and white.
Do you know what? It's brilliant.
It isn't it?
Yeah, nearly every second house there's a red flag. There's fucking everywhere. There's flags everywhere. There's fucking people wearing. Actually, I seen a South African flag hanging out of a window recently.
Fair play to them. They're going to the match.
No,
I hope they've gone to a few league games and didn't follow the sport.
I had to do a double take there, the old South African flag. But yeah, I'd seen a few clear flags now. In fairness, a few clear teddy bears about the place when I'm cycling around. So
Rebels rising, man. And I like.
them.
Did they put on? Did you hear the thing? They're showing the match in Páirc Uí Chaoimh.
Yeah, there's one of my buddy's daughters. She's going to. Is it a fan zone type thing?
15,000 tickets they released yesterday were gone in 5 minutes.
So that's brilliant. Yeah,
You know?
savage atmosphere.
So-
it's brilliant. It's great for something to cheer about, something to fucking
That's
love
fucking
so
positive.
much, where it's actually positive and everyone's positive about it.
Yeah.
Sure, it's amazing. Yeah.
Now down to the grisly, grimy fucking
Oh, the money.
little bet that we're going to have. So we were talking about this before the podcast because we were like, okay, we need to firm up what we're going to bet on. There's only one thing to bet on, and that's this match.
Mm-hmm.
We both, I feel anyway, Cork are going to win. I presume you feel the same.
Yeah, I think they're favourites. It'd be unwise to bet elsewhere. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and
I don't feel right. It'd be like when we didn't want to bet for England in the Euros.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it wasn't going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
we couldn't regardless. Like,
We couldn't.
no, if you offer me a good cup point difference, I could
Would
be
you?
swayed.
What would you say?
Give me 6 points.
Clearing 6
I will
points.
turn my back on my county for.
Clearing 6 points. I think it's going to be really close. I think it'll be the puck of a ball. I think it'll be like the most I could give you would be 2 points.
I'll take 4.
Claire,
so we're going halfway.
Claire and 4.
Yeah, we're going that way. Like, so I said 6 initially. You said 2, and we'll go on 4.
The puck of a ball. Give me 3 in the draw, and we have a deal.
I won't. I'll take 4, and that's me turning my back.
Well,
on
I'm
my
at
county.
2, and like splitting.
You started at 2. I started at 6. We split half. We go 4 points.
Well, you're at 4, and I'm at 2.
Yeah.
That's like, don't mind your opening gambit, man. I know your little fucking idea. Right. This isn't even the bet we agreed on before the game. You're such a manipulator, like. Oh yeah. So you're at 4. I'm at 2. We'll meet at the middle. Give me the draw and 3.
I'll tell you what. 3 points clear, right? If it's a draw full time, I win.
No, I have the draw. That's what I have the draw. I'll tell you what. Give me the deal that you're looking for is what you just said. I think I've already said I think there'll be a puck of a ball in it. Like, I'll take Cork -3, but the draw.
Cork -3, but the draw.
Yeah.
No, no. I'll tell you what I'll do. Back to original.
Okay, let's go back to the original.
Okay.
All right, back to the original. So the original.
No, if you do change your mind, I'll go 4 clear, and I give you the draw.
No, 3 in the draw. I think that's fair. And because I don't I just
No,
think
what we could do,
because I'm actually, even by taking 3, I've already said that I think there's going to be a puck of a ball in it.
Yeah, but you're going to get the draw in it, aren't you?
Yeah, like I don't know, and like fucking Clare worrying me as well, man. They're
So
worrying
clear
me.
up
They're
by
so
4
quiet.
points, and if it's a draw, you win.
No, 3 points is what I'll take. I'll take 3 points. That's.
But then you get the draw, so it's the balls on me.
Yeah, but it's unlikely it's going to be a draw. It's unlikely. It's very unlikely. If you're to back the draw itself, it's probably about fucking 20 or 30 to 1. I don't know.
Why don't we just bet? Okay, clear 3 points, and there's no draw. The draw is null and void. Maybe that's it. I mean, that's perfect for you, surely.
Okay, so maybe potentially the other one we had then, right? The other bet that we had decided was Kingston is going to come on.
Yeah, so he's going to come off the bench. He's going to be full of pace. He's pretty deadly, pretty accurate. No, he can be erratic at times, but our bet was essentially how many points he will score after coming off the bench. And he usually tends to come off, was it 15-20 minutes ago, Cornelius? You know more than me.
Well, what... about usually about 15. They'll definitely give him 15 anyway. Like,
I think so.
You
Yeah,
know, that'll be about the normal. Like, you know, now what could happen is if Clare are up fucking 6 pints, they could bring him on at halftime.
Yeah.
Like they've done that as well. Like I mean, he's the first sub to come on.
Yeah.
It depends on how the game goes. If Clare are up fucking 7 points at halftime, Kingston is coming on at halftime.
Yeah.
If Cork are going well and there's nothing in the it's all in the balance, he'll come on with a quarter of an hour. If Cork are going well and they're winning, he'll come on with 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's just a brilliant impact sub regardless, isn't it? So he's going to come on. So I suppose we got to decide how many points. So what I would say, I think...
So you probably have all this talk. Like, I know your mindset. Like, you're like, okay, yeah. Okay.
No.
I'll say this now.
You actually made a very valid point. He come on 15 minutes ago. He come on at halftime. So it's very hard. So it's pure speculation. Or it depends how the game is going. Now I will say he will score between 2 to 4 points.
Between 2 to 4 points.
What do you think, Cornelius?
I'd say he'll score between 1 to 3 points. So
okay, let's make a wager. So I think
you have to say a number, and I have to say.
I will.
Okay.
I think Kingston will score 2 points. That's my number. That's my sole number that I will go for.
So what happens if he doesn't score 2 points? For example, right? What happens if I said he'd score 4 points? How's the winner determined? And if he scores 3 points?
Well, let's have multiple bets within the game. So that could be our first one. But if that's null and void, we go back to our second one, which was the
Cork thing.
Who will actually win? So at least then there's a fall. There's a plan B.
So I think he is going to score. Yeah, he might get 2 points, like.
I'm sure he might get 4. He might get 1. He might pull his hamstring within the first 30 seconds.
He didn't score he scored the last point the last day, but he was terrible against Limerick when he came on. I think he's going to score. What about this, right? What about I say he scores? You're saying 2.
2 points, yeah. Bang on.
What about if I say he scores 2 and over, and you say 2 and under?
No, I think you have more leeway that way. And, okay, what I would say to that, and that's a great fucking... Okay, well done. Good thinking.
Oh, thank you so much. Make me feel so special about myself.
Let me go 3 and under. I'd take that.
3
and that gives you great leeway. Sure, he could score a goal and sure you're fucking on the pick.
Okay, so and if I... so 1 second, so 3 and under, and if I say 3 and over...
Yeah.
So 3 then is a draw, like none of us win if it's 3.
Give me 3. Give me like 1, 2 or 3.
No, I won't give you 3 because I'm saying 3 and over and you're saying 3 and under. We're both saying 3.
Apologies, yeah, no.
Yeah.
So
like, I'm just actually going to say that was a terrible idea.
I get 0, 1, 2 and potentially 3. And you get 4,
so
5
you get 0, 1 and 2 and 3. So you're getting 4 and I'm getting 3.
And infinity.
Yeah, but he's not going to score 675.
You never know.
It's
an All-Ireland final.
I know.
Anything can happen.
I know he's not going to score 675 because no one has ever scored 675 in the history of hurling.
It's not
no,
likely.
I don't like the way you're backing me into the corner here now, and I'm not happy with it. I think Kingston is going to score. I would have said between 1 to 2 points is what I would have said.
Oh, look.
And that's because, like, if you even go back and listen to this, like everybody does, you said 2 to 4, and I said 1 to 3. Actually, is what I said.
But I pinpointed on 2.
Yeah, you zoned in very quickly when you heard my 1 to 3 and said I'll take half of what he's got there now. So I think 2 as well. So I think we're at a fucking
an impasse there
now as well.
It's funny actually, we discussed it beforehand, so there won't be
this
conversation will be happening. But of course, we fucking that's where we are.
But you see, Pete, I'm winning by I'm up 15, right? And I don't want you to catch up with me.
I could lose the house here,
Like, I want to be getting a tenner off you next week. I want to be back to 25 because 25.
Are we rolling out with these €10 bets throughout the entire the life of the podcast?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it has. I think it's only necessary.
It's only
because it just goes to show who's the best. Then, like, that's
okay.
Because you're always claiming you are, but like clearly
I've had a bit of a slow start.
You're off to a very slow start, and now you're taking the betting a lot more seriously.
We should cap it at the end though, so there is a winner. Do you know what I mean? If it's ongoing forever.
Well, I think we'll do a championship, so there'll be a season. So who's going to win this this season, and the season will
Brilliant.
begin. You know,
Yeah.
so we're in the middle of our season at the moment. We need to come up with a deadline for it.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's early in the season though, and
Well,
I'm
you said it was middle of the season.
well.
But where are we, like, you know?
I don't really know. We need to come up with a bet, man. We've people listening to us here going, what are they going to fucking bet?
Realistically, they're gone.
Who are gone?
Those people listening.
Oh, yeah. Do you think so?
They've zoned out minutes ago.
They're gone.
Yeah, if they've turned in. How are your numbers getting on, actually?
Good. Fucking numbers are very good in the podcast, actually. And tickets are flying for the Cork Opera House as well. There's tickets, genuinely, loads of tickets have gone for the Opera House there in the last few weeks. So thank you so much for listening, and because I have been shouting it out more in the podcast.
That's very good. It's probably our sports podcast has probably enabled the flow of tickets.
Well, I think it was the fact that Chris did a video.
That could sway it as well.
And about the next 2 days, a load of tickets started to come in.
When was our podcast in relation to those increased sales?
They've been going for weeks. But
delighted.
I've been doing a few call to actions, but yeah, please, if you're thinking of coming, it's on the 4th of September, live podcast, myself and Chris Kent, 2 special guests, and yeah.
You may as well spell it out. I won't be there. No, I might be watching, but I won't be one of the special guests. Just in case people are going to go, because
if you want to get a picture with Pete afterwards, he's going to be in the lobby as a civvy. And just go up to him and just say, "Hey, you Pete,
just give me a hug or something." A bit of human contact would be lovely.
A little bit of human contact with mine guy.
I have a table set up outside, and I'll be signing stuff.
He's going to be selling my merch. And I said, if he doesn't, no, he's getting commish, small bit of commission on it.
I'll be pushing hard.
And if he hits the targets next year,
I
told
back.
him that he could come back and do the merch again.
So you heard it here first.
So yeah, do come for the podcast, and also with the minute opportunity of getting a photograph with Pete in the lobby as he's going to the toilet. Stand outside the Mails Jacks.
Looking forward to meeting you there.
It should be a great night though, guys.
I'll be one of those lads doing the refreshments in the toilet.
Practicing your lines.
Remember that guy actually who used to be in Maracaibo? He used to wash your hands and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he was employed there.
He was employed. That was very racist. Anytime I ever saw that, they always had just inside the nightclubs, they had black lads spraying jupe onto your neck and fucking giving you sweets to keep your mouth fresh so you might get the shift. It was always a black lad doing it.
Yeah, but I'd be surprised if that was the job requirement.
Well, I'd say it probably wasn't a job requirement, but it was something it was the common denominator of the job, like, you know.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I never really thought about it actually.
Yeah, I always thought it was I always fucking thought it was shit. Actually, I'd always make time and fucking chat away to the person and ask them who they are and where they're from, and I just thought it was demeaning, like, you know. Fuck's sake.
When you're on the toilet, then you try to keep it quiet. No.
How do you keep the toilet quiet? Like
yeah, but just somebody he's outside and there's no other.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm just going in here, boy. But see, if you're locked, you wouldn't give a shit.
You wouldn't care.
You just go and you have a shite.
It was just a bit awkward, like.
Yeah, just going in there to squat and leave stuff out of my bowels.
Yeah.
How are you going to be wiping my arse?
And then awkward, and you opened the door. Oh, Jesus, that was a bad.
I was just in there on the phone.
Yeah. So yeah.
What are you up to?
You don't get them anymore, do you?
No. I was a fucking It was a throwback to the Celtic Tiger. It was like a fucking an unnecessary extravagance.
Were they paid by the venue? I wonder.
Definitely.
Or was it tips from the punters?
I don't know.
Because I'd always give them something.
I'd always tip as well. Yeah. I hope they were fucking getting paid. Jesus Christ. Anyone doing that kind of a job? I don't know, because I cleaned windows. I used to be fucking a window cleaner, and I tell you.
I handed in flyers one day for you guys. Remember, we were flyering. Yeah.
You did, yeah, you did. And fucking, I had a load of minimum wage jobs like back in the day. To this day, even if I get fast food in a restaurant, I worked in Burger King years ago, and I used to always fucking hate when people would buy their food and leave their shit on the table and walk out fucking.
But it's just pure disrespect, really.
It's just pure disrespect. I was just like, I'd always just bring my fucking stuff up to the bin and throw it into the bin and fucking try and say hello to the fucking, because they're the next generation that are going to be comedians and singers and.
Well, you can only judge people by how they react to others, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking simple little thing. Take your tray and dump it.
Small fucking. Come here. What are we going to bet on, man?
Oh yeah.
What the fucking hell?
Yeah. No, we were. I think we go back to our default one. So you said you're going to give me Claire 3 points, and Oh, okay. Yeah, Claire by 3 points, and the draw is a null and void. And then we just shake hands and said, "There's no bet this day."
Yeah, so I'm 3 points and under, yeah, and you're 3 points and over.
I'm 3 points. Well, I've Claire by 3 points. So if Claire winning by 3 points at the beginning of the game, just to get this clear, okay. And
so Cork have to win by 4 points.
Cork have to win by 4 points for you to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's a draw, we cancel it. That's fair enough.
No, it's not.
That I had you for a moment.
No, it's not.
You were contemplating for a second?
Because did you think that I didn't know that the draw, like that they'd have to win by 4? Did you think that I did that little nugget escaped me?
Just wanted to specify, because you never know. You never know.
Cork have to win by 4. I think it'll be the puck. I'll go back to my original statement, as I think there's going to be a puck of a ball between it, which means I think it'll be about, it could be anywhere between 0 to 3.
Well, okay, so why don't we just go back to Kingston and let's make a wager on how many points you get. Just one specific score. I think he'd score 2 points.
I do too. That's the number I want as well. That's the number I want as well.
That's the number you want.
But I think he might score. I also think he might score 4 points. Do you know what I mean? But I just it depends. We don't know what time he's going to come on. You see,
but that's the whole. That's the beauty of it.
Okay, give me 2, so and you can pick another number. If it's the whole beauty of it.
But it's just that I said it first. I feel.
Yeah, but
it wouldn't really be your win.
Didn't mean that I wasn't going to say it though.
If he did win, it wouldn't really be your win, and I'd be more concerned about your old psychological fucking.
Don't be concerned about that at all.
I would be. That's the way I made it.
Take those concerns away. I'm living at large, man. I've got 15 in the bank.
I carry them on my shoulder. Okay,
I've got that 15.
If I give you 2, you give me 2 scores. So I give you 2 points, and you give me 2 scores because I want 2.
So, what?
So it's for example, you say he's
going to
score 2
1
points.
or 3. Then is it?
Funny enough.
So I have to be dead on, and you've got like 2 chances.
You have the first call.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you that if you give me
Again,
another number.
Cornelius, it's just that I came up with it initially.
Yeah.
And I just feel bad.
Yeah.
If you
don't
jump
feel
in there.
bad, mate.
I just would.
Don't feel bad, mate. I'm happy to give you those 2 guesses. If you give me 2 guesses, I'll take 2 and 4.
Okay, I'll tell you what I do. Okay.
I'll tell you what I'll do now, because you're coming up with things the whole time. I'll take 0, 2 and 4.
No, I was going to say you have 2 guesses, and then I'll have the second 2 guesses. But since I'm going second, I'll also get 0.
So you get so you're getting 3
in a way.
Completely. Yeah. What do you mean in a way? The only way you're getting 3. So if you want 3, I'll tell you what. So you have 0. What are you taking? 0, 1. And 3.
No, you get the opening 2 bets. So I give you whatever you want to go for, and then I'll get 3.
If you give me your 3 numbers, and then I'll pick my 3 numbers.
Okay.
And I'll take 2 and 4 and 5. 2, 4, and 5 are my numbers. And you can have 0, 1, and 3. Because he's going to score between 0 and 5 points.
Sure, no, that 1 second now. Okay, 0. Yeah. So for the sake of this podcast,
you're 0,
and for us floundering on,
and 3. And I'm 2, 4, and 5.
Okay, but I think 5 is fair play for taking that. Okay.
Well, he could get 1, 2, easy.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If you think 5 is on, then you're really.
Yeah, we're counting goals as 3 points, aren't we?
Yeah, you didn't.
So
think
rather
of that
than
now,
scores,
mate,
So
you didn't think of that, mate. You were like,
0.
Contemplating the goals now.
You definitely score.
You're factoring that.
I'll just be very surprised.
But the last time he was bearing down on goal, he was pulled down, mate.
Yeah.
And that's what Claire will do with him.
I understand.
So it's unlikely he'll get a goal.
I'd just be very surprised if he came on and didn't score. So it's just, you know what I mean?
Well, he didn't score the last day. Or he got the last point.
He got the last, yeah. He scored a point. You see, I'd just be very surprised. Coming into final tired legs, he's coming on full of pace. He's pretty accurate.
There's no one tired there, mate. They're all fully fit. Keep calling him mate. All right, mate.
All right, so I tell you what. I will go for 0. I'll go for 1, and I'll go for 3.
Okay.
Right,
I'm 2, 4, and 5.
Now you have advantage. I'm just going to say that just for we were floundering on. I'm just going to take the hit for the team. I'm going to move the podcast on, and I'm going to say that's what I'm going to go for.
And I'll tell you what, I just want to say that there's I'm happy with my numbers.
Fucking 2
I'm happy with my numbers. And if I don't win, I don't win. But I'm happy with my numbers.
Sure, you give me odds on that, don't you? I win, you give me 15, and you win, I give you a tenner.
It's a tenner bet, and that's what it is. We have to shake in this now. So it's 0. You're taking 0, 1, 3.
Yeah.
I'm taking 2, 4, 5.
2, 4, 5. Yeah.
2, 4, 5.
Would you give me this?
I'll give you no more.
No. Just
like, I'm just telling you straight up. You're not getting it.
So unlikely this is going to happen. But if he scores over 5 points, you give me that shorty.
I don't know, because I've picked the higher numbers. I should get that. That. You surely give me that, because you've already said it's
why
unlikely.
Would I give you that?
It's unlikely they'll get 5. They were the words. People, please go back. Listen to what he said. He's trying to finagle me here again. He's always looking for that angle. We've picked the 6 numbers now, mate. If it's 6 and over, it's a no bet.
But am I right in saying you picked the beautiful number, the sweet number 2?
Well, no, not really.
Okay, so give me 2.
No, I have 2. That's my number. 2, 4. So are you pulling back? Are you not shaking hands on this bet?
I'm going to shake hands on it.
So the bet,
just for the listeners out there.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're doing this for. We're not doing it for the fucking. I'm also doing it for the listeners. I'm not doing it for listeners. I'm definitely doing it for ye. So it's 2, 4, 5 for me.
Yeah.
And 0, 1, and 3 for you.
Yeah.
And tell me this now: what happens if he scores 6 and over? Like it's a no bet, obviously. But what happens too? Because we still have to have another wager, like.
We could
an unlikely wager. How many 65s will be scored?
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. I don't know the stats on that. How many 65s are there in the game?
I don't know. I don't know.
You just pull that out of your.
Okay, pull a different one.
Penalties. Will there be a penalty?
Will there be a penalty? Okay.
Simple out, yes or no. I'm
gonna say yes.
You knew I said yes earlier on. We discussed this. He's so fucking unfair. This is what you do. So you make me look bad.
What, man? Shane O'Donnell's gonna get pulled down, like.
I'll tell you what we do. Okay.
65s. Pick a 60. You pick the number. I've no research done on 65s.
65s. How many 65s are there in the game? 4.
And we'll just say how many 65s Cork score.
Okay, how many 65s Cork score? I'll go for.
And you can, whatever number you go for.
A specific number, or
you can go first, which gives you the advantage.
Yeah. Do I have a field of numbers to go for?
You just go 1 to fucking
okay,
0 to 50.
Okay, I think they'll score between 0 and 7.
No, you have to pick one number, like. You have to pick one number.
I asked you, was there a field of numbers?
And this is the backup to the backup to the backup, like. This
okay, but this is very remote that'll happen in it.
Very remote.
But I think.
But because you're the loser and I feel sorry for you.
Oh, you give me this number, that's a completely random number.
You can just pick whichever one. You have the first choice, because, like, I feel sorry for you, God bless you.
5.
Okay, I'd say no, 0.
They won't score from a 65.
I'll say we won't score any 65. You'll say they'll score 5.
Yeah.
Right, okay. I don't think Cork have scored 5 65s in any game in the last 15 or 20 years, so I'm hoping it goes to 60.
Really? Does it mean 560?
5 65s in one game?
Scoring from. I'd be surprised by that.
Usually,
you could be right, though. Like I said, you go to more games than I.
Yeah, okay, let me. I'll tell you what, right? I'll give you because I think 5 is not going to happen.
Give me 3, so.
3, okay.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I'm going to take 1. That'll be my number, 1.
Okay.
So you can have. Yeah, that's it. Fucking, that's it. So what's the main bet?
Just have lost all change.
Fucking hell.
Okay, so what I have, Kingston coming on. Kingston to score either 0, and that means he doesn't come on, by the way.
What do you mean?
Obviously. How do you mean, what do you mean? Like 0 is he doesn't come on.
He has to play. If he doesn't play, the bet is null and void.
But he always comes on. I'm just saying something happens to Kingston.
If something
happens to Kingston, he gets injured.
If he doesn't come on, it's a no bet. I'm glad you brought that up.
This is ridiculous.
I'm so glad you brought that up. So because we haven't shook on anything anyway. You know, we haven't shook on anything yet. So thank you for bringing that up. Look at you looking at these little loopholes. You're like, if he doesn't come on, it's a no bet because he hasn't played in the game.
He comes on in every game, innit? But that's
yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So if he doesn't come on, it's a no bet and it reverts. And you have 0, 1, and 3, and I have 2, 4, and 5. But let's just say he scores 6 points, then we revert to the 65 bet.
Yeah, and I have 3, and you have 1.
You have 3, and I have 1.
And that's the Cork scoring, yeah.
Yeah, Cork scoring.
To be honest, I think the only thing that'll affect me up is 2. He'll score 2 points. But look.
Yeah, well, if he scores 2, I don't win it either.
No, you do win it if he scores 2.
Why?
2 points. Shane Kingston.
Oh, Shane Kingston. Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
let's shake it. Don't feign fucking as if you're fucking doubting yourself. You're fucking delighted.
Done. Let Claire come along then and fucking beat us by 15 points.
Yeah,
we're all fucked.
Yeah, we'll be devastated.
And that concludes the sports section of today's podcast, guys. And now we're moving swiftly on to the entertainment section. And what's happening in the entertainment? Shannon Doherty finalised her divorce.
I used to think she was a fine bit of stuff back in Beverly Hills 90210.
Shannon Doherty finalises her divorce hours before her death.
Still would.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Shannon Doherty. Yeah.
From Beverly Hills 90120.
90210. My friends in Mallory used to slag us saying Ballyclaw 90210. They thought it was hilarious.
Ballyclaw 90120. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny, yeah. What do you know of anything? What you want to say?
I don't really, like I said, she was in Beverly Hills 90210. As far as the extent of her career, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Can she live off the back of that? Did she live off the back of it? Was that all she did? I assume
I'm just reading here now, right? She divorced the husband, right?
Mm.
Hours before. She must have hated him.
Oh, so he wouldn't get any of the... Oh, no, how did that work? Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, just like hours before she died. Like, you're dying and you're like, I just want to fucking...
It's a bit petty,
get
isn't
rid
it?
of this cunt.
Yeah,
You
well,
know?
then again, who knows what he did either, so...
Well, exactly. Well, in a stipulated agreement with the Iswarikino filed on Friday, Doherty kept the couple's Malibu, California home, no good to her now anyway, and a Salvador Dali painting.
Oh, that'll be worth it.
Yeah, several cars and all the earnings from her acting. So your man got fuck all.
What did he get? Like, he must have had a
Like, I mean,
very
she was,
bad divorce
like,
lawyer.
You know, like she's gone now anyway. Like, you could have held on. He should have held on. He would have won all. If he hadn't signed that, he must feel like a dope.
That's
Oh my God! If she has no children, and it's not clear whom her assets will go to. Well, maybe he's just like fucking. Maybe he just was. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe he's, I don't want it. Don't need it.
Yeah, I don't want it. Do you know what? You can have it. I'm not in it for the money. But she's gone now. Another person who's popped their mortal coil.
Yeah, sure. She could be going to the next life. Was she in her 50s, 60s, 50s? I suppose. Was she 50s, 52?
53.
53. Yeah.
53.
Yeah, I suppose we're all shoving on, really.
Yeah, 53. I remember her in Beverly's. I always didn't like her character for some reason. I felt she was a bit abrasive.
I was going to remind you of someone.
No.
Just can't really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just
escapes me now. Anyway, moving on.
We move on to the business section, and so in the business section, Netflix wins subscribers as ad strategy pays off. So
what was their ad strategy, first of all?
Okay, so let's have a look. So Netflix said it added 8 million new subscribers in the second quarter as the home of hit shows The Crown and Bridgerton posted on their latest financial earnings that exceeded analysts' expectations. The world's leading streaming video service said that it ended the April to June period with a total of 277.7 million subscribers as net profits dipped to only 2.1 billion, but revenue surged to 9.6 billion. The latest numbers rewarded Netflix moves to boost revenue after a rough patch in 2022. Like, they're the new television, really. Like, all these streaming platforms.
Yeah, exactly. There's nobody going on fucking, the traditional channels anymore. So they're
really.
not half as popular anymore.
No.
So especially the new generation, they're not watching fucking late night television or Conan. Is he still on? I don't know.
No. He had more fucking TV shows than fucking anyone else. He was always on a new network, wasn't he? Like?
Yeah, they move along.
And they'd always be making these in-jokes then about like dissing the other networks. Like,
yeah.
And I'd be like, he just had to go off NBC there. That's hilarious. I haven't a clue who NBC Did no RT exists? We'd RT 1 and 2, like.
That's it.
Was it?
That's literally it, like. But even now, you like fucking even appearing on a show like the Late Late Show, it doesn't have the same pull anymore.
I think sometimes it makes me laugh when people put weight onto. I was on the 6 o'clock show. Like, don't get me wrong now. Like, if I was promoting a show, I'd be fucking on these. I'd be on these things for content for my social media.
I actually have a friend. Sorry to interject, but he was on one of those shows and he was doing a gig in Dublin and he's hoping to get, fucking pack it on the back of one of these fucking.
Oh no! You wouldn't sell one ticket.
Oh, it was fucking empty.
You wouldn't sell one ticket, Pete. And like what it is good for, in my opinion, is with the types of, we'll say, people that come, the age demographic that come to my shows, we'll say, which would be kind of 30 to 55. That's kind of the age group, is they still resonate with RT and they're like, okay, fucking, if this fella's on RT, he must be somewhat good, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there are still some shows that are pretty decent, like the Tommy Tiernan show now.
Yeah.
That's a fucking class
Yeah.
show. Do you know what I mean? But like these 6 o'clock shows and stuff like that, I don't know.
But sure, the turnover of guests is astronomical.
Yeah.
Sure, who cares?
Yeah, and there's 3 guests on at one time, and you're on for 20 minutes, and you have to make, and like, who's there fucking going, oh my God, I'm going to go and see that person there now. They made me chuckle slightly because they told me they had beans and toast for their breakfast
do
this
you
morning.
really want those people watching those type of shows that watch those type of shows going to your gig?
And everyone has the same fucking whimsical, I came up on today and I met this strange person and suddenly the wind blew and then, look, isn't that funny and weird and kind of kooky? And next, here's Peter with a fucking...
Rinse and repeat.
A flan that he made. This lovely flan here, Peter.
Did you have me here? They make flans on the show, do they?
And they always have fucking people on who've pets as well, like, you know.
Yeah.
A dog that fucking spoke Spanish back in Donegal, you know, and they bring the dog on and the dog then ends up pissing on the carpet and they're all...
There's a nice clip actually, Larry David is on a chat show. Anyway, he finishes his piece. He's staying on the sofa. He's seated, waiting for the next guest. And unknowns to him, the next guest is actually a fucking zookeeper, and he's bringing in some exotic animal. Larry David just walks over to the presenter, shakes his hand, and leaves. He was like, "No."
Yeah, and I'm starting to love my dog now. Right, I took a while to really, because I've never really, because no one fucking walks him. No one in the house walks him. I'm the only one who walks him. And then when you walk with a dog, you kind of bond a bit, like, don't you? You're feeding them little treats and they're loving you and they're rubbing up against you and you're like, Baxter, you don't talk back. And but besides my own dog, I've no interest, no interest at all. But anyway, Netflix.
Yeah, well done to Netflix.
They're doing good for themselves.
And Baxter's a nice doggy.
Netflix, so yeah, that's the thing now, to try and get a Netflix special. You hear comics going on about Netflix specials.
Do you know there's a movie my buddy's seen actually called The Hurler?
Yeah,
it's supposed to be very good. I might give it a go.
Yeah.
Have you heard?
I know the fellow who wrote it. He opened for me in Clears and
Who's
Kilkenny.
this?
Shane O'Keefe is his name.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very happy with it. He was very happy.
Haven't seen it. Stephen Ryan's in it.
Stephen Ryan's in it.
Yeah.
Stephen's an absolute legend of a man. Is he still doing stand-up, Stephen? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's fantastic. He opened up for me actually in Galway.
Yeah, he's doing well as well. I haven't seen Stephen in ages.
He's very funny.
Love Stephen, yeah.
He dresses up like a fella preaching the Bible.
A college professor.
Yeah, but
And he brings a book on. He's been bringing a book on stage with him for 15 years. I'm gigging with Stephen now. 15 years. He brings the book up on stage, dresses like a college professor, and never references the book once in the whole set.
Did you ever see him open up the book?
Never even opens it up.
No,
it's fucking brilliant.
It is actually brilliant. Yeah. But I was thinking about coming in as a cyclist and bring my bike up on stage and all my gear, and again they don't reference it, or even coming on a wheelchair and somebody. Yeah. No, but could you imagine you're wheeling through the crowd and it's very awkward. Somebody has to lift up the chair, and you're on the stage, and next you just walk. You get up, or you walk to the microphone.
Oh my God!
You just got to
you just like. You'd have to call the show pre-cancelled.
And you finish, you say goodbye, you clap your hands, and somebody lifts you onto the chair again, and the same awkwardness prevails again as you're being taken away. Do
you remember that? Did you ever watch that movie, The Prestige?
The Prestige, yeah, great movie.
And the trick that the old Chinaman had, and he had the bowl in between his legs all along, and he was just pretending to be an old man for years.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck it, yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of fucking...
I had a buddy who pretended he was using a cane for ages. Did I told you about that before, did I?
No. Is that Matt?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this guy was the fucking funniest character. He was the funniest character.
Because we were doing this thing. We were with a group of people for weeks.
Is he still doing magic?
He is, yeah, as far as I'm aware. But he had everyone convinced that he had a limp. There was some issue with his leg, and he got this from. Do you remember a house?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a house used to go around with a cane.
Yeah.
For some reason, Matt wanted to mimic that. I can't tell you why. I don't know the motivation.
He's so easily influenced, though, Matt.
Matt's so easily influenced, but yeah. But
he was vaping before anyone was vaping.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Do you remember when we were in Edinburgh? We were doing the ghost tour in the things. He was vaping it down, and you went. And this is where the 18th century old prostitute is said to terrorise the young children. And late at night, you can hear her scream. There's Matt then. blowing smoke rings with fucking this vape, fucking 10 years before vapes came out.
10 years at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a man ahead of his time. But no, what I will say about that, mimicking some sort of disability wasn't the way to go. And people were actually angry with him when they found out that it was all false.
What about his fucking thing that he used to do in the cruise with you on the cruise ships?
Oh, this was in Barcelona. Yeah. When he was, he was looking for a standing ovation. He used to give a speech at the end of his show. His grandfather would have loved Matt to get a standing ovation, and unfortunately, his grandfather has passed since. But if he was looking, now this is done with all seriousness and earnestness, and it wasn't done for the way we would do it, mockingly. So he would ask, for my granddad, if you guys could stand up, and he would make this gesture with his hands. His hands start from his sides and rise up towards his shoulders, trying to get the audience to stand. And honest to God, there'd be silence.
Oh my God.
There would be like literally silence. And it wasn't a funny silence that you, in fairness now, I'd give you a compliment. You can pull off funny silence when you need to. But this was just awkward silence. That was just, it would last forever. And invariably, nobody stood, and he just got thanks very much.
Oh my God!
Walk off. The pitter patter of applause.
And did he try to do an Andy Kaufman thing one time?
He did do an Andy Kaufman tribute act. Remember the Mighty Mouse song? Here I come to save the day. Mighty Mouse is on the way. So he would actually. No, people who are not familiar with Andy Kaufman. Sure, he was a very funny comedian, but he would do stuff. The way he would do it would be funny, but the way Matt would do it, people didn't get it. So Matt would come on to a group of fucking English lads, partying in their 20s and 30s, early 20s, drinking, and next thing he'd get a tape recorder, press the play button, and the Mighty Mouse song would play, and Matt would mimic the actions and pretend to sing the song. And again, it was just fucking disastrous.
Isn't the world all the better for characters like Matt?
I loved it.
I that's what I'm saying. Like, I love that type of strangeness.
No, I'll stop you there. The owner did come up to me.
But it's like the time we saw another comedian who's still gigging in Ireland, so I won't say his name. But we saw him in Fermoy. You know who I'm talking about.
I do.
And we saw him in Fermoy, and the room was packed, and there was only 2 people laughing in the whole room, and they couldn't stop laughing, and that was you and me.
I've never laughed so much in the comedy.
We actually had a pain. I had a pain in my side from laughing, and I'm just like, give me more of this type of stuff, obviously.
Look, I'll be honest with you. You're not going to be a success by doing it.
You're not.
But you'll make us happy.
No, you may like I've a fucking dark enough old fucking heart at the best of times. I'm just like, I'm just meh to a lot of things,
Yeah.
And it's like that match in last weekend, when you can have those moments in time. It's like that laugh that you and I had that night that we talk. How long ago was that? 12 years ago?
That must be that. Yeah, it's a lifetime ago.
Like, we still talk about that, like those moments, and they're brought to you by fucking special people like the Cork Hurlers, or fucking Matt, or fucking that dude that we're talking about.
Characters are willing to, because you know what, like,
be vulnerable, man.
Doing stuff that they find
vulnerability.
Funny. Yeah.
It's the fucking, if people only realise, I really think this is the case. Like, even those hurlers are being vulnerable, man. They're putting themselves. No, they're gone away and they're trained, and they've learned their craft, and they can hit off left and right, and they've put all years and years into their trade.
Yeah.
But they're still going up there to fail.
Yeah.
There's going to be 15 or 20 lads who, the whole panel, 35, 40 people devastated, and then by consequence, their whole county devastated for weeks after what happens on Sunday.
Yeah, and then you get the abuse and stuff.
And
like
that's a vulnerability. That's a fucking at a very high level. But then you have
at a
very low level over in a back room in a pub in Fermoy. You have
the worst of the worst.
Just call this fella Teabag. You have Teabag fucking doing a bit that has no one laughing except for the 2 comedians that shouldn't be laughing at the back at the ludicrousness of it.
Oh man, that was one of the best moments of comedy I've ever witnessed in my life. But you're right, it's just the characters are great. It's easy to slip into the, I suppose, conventional, and that's going to get a laugh. But then again, I think though, if he was guaranteed a laugh and went the other way, he'd probably go the other way. That's hard. So it's hard to say.
The thing is, there's a bit of, the thing is with that one, there was a bit of delusion going on. But sometimes delusion is very funny to watch in live. Like when you see someone who is deluded,
completely unaware,
completely no self-awareness, and you're just watching it and you're like, this is fucking turning my senses on. Look at this fucking lunatic over here. Come on, look at him. What's he doing? What a fucking Scooby. You know, it's like because you're right, there's so many fucking NPCs and fucking just normal people doing normal shit every day, doing I did this and then I'm going here and I'm going to spend money here and then I'm going to get this here and then I'm going to go back and repeat the whole thing over and over and over.
100%. The bottom line, anybody that's willing to put himself out there, you respect him, regardless of talent or lack of talent, or you can always develop into a very talented person, regardless, innit? You know? So
man, I tell you,
it doesn't matter.
Comedy's a great example of that. I like when I started out, I would have been like shit, you know, like everybody was shit when they started out. They really were shit. Like
you made me laugh, I have to say.
Well, I didn't.
You made me laugh. You're on about the fucking. Oh, we've told that story many times. You're standing on a chair in Cove.
I actually did a gig in that hotel a couple of weeks ago again. Full circle. The Commodore. And we stayed in the presidential suite. They put us up in the presidential suite. We did a podcast about it, myself and Noel. Full circle. Back to the Commodore. It was for a poetry night. They had me in as a guest speaker. I did my set. And I just literally did my set.
Yeah.
I sashayed into the poetry.
Yeah.
And they upgraded us into a presidential suite. The time I had gone down with you, I'd say I was doing comedy a wet week.
Yeah.
And I came down in shorts. I'd been cleaning windows that day with Conspiracy John. Drove down in a van. I was like, Pat O'Shea was running it, wasn't it?
Pat O'Shea, yeah. It was myself, Pat, and yourself.
And
that night.
That was it. And I remember I was so delighted because it was a paid gig, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm only doing comedy fucking 2 months, I'd say. 3 months maximum. Maybe 7 gigs. And I was getting paid. Pat gave me £50 or €50 or whatever it was. Yeah. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck? A 50 bag? Going to get a 50 bag now? And went down and met yourself. And it's how we actually started to fucking become friends, man. It was from there on.
Pretty much, yeah. It's gas the way it goes.
Yeah, it was fucking, because we grew up in the same village and we knew each other from football, but you were mind reading. You're a mind reader.
Yeah, we wouldn't be in the same circuit at all. Like. And you're a lot older than me, so we wouldn't have played in the same teams.
We did play together though. Like we've played together on the same team.
I still remember that.
So I mean, what you're saying once again. No, like I mean, false flags here. Like this is false flag.
Well, I played with you when I was coming back from a serious career-defining injury.
And now you had been called back out of retirement.
You scored a point that day.
2 points.
Yeah, I remember you shouting to the umpire to raise that flag, and the hand pumped in the air. That was like that's where Trump got his fucking
over in Buttafant.
Yeah, I remember it well.
It was very good. It was very good.
Well,
if I had just fucking stayed away from the drinking, the drugs in my 20s.
Yeah, the women.
And there wasn't that many.
There was
women.
A woman. Was there a woman?
There was a few women. A few consensual relationships and consensual nights of passion.
Okay, that's nice to know. Yeah.
Would you like the list? May the 21st, 1997. It was a lovely evening. I had 6 pints. I remember there was a fella in Coleman's, and he kept a list of all the girls he shifted during the summer.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And how many times he shifted them.
That's a bit weird, isn't
just
it?
to boast. But that was just guys stuff, though. That was like, wasn't it? It was just pure locker room fucking kiddie stuff like that. Boy. And I remember coming back and I shifted no one for the whole summer.
Would you just make up names?
Yeah, made up one, yeah.
Like a foreign exchange student from Spain.
Mary Murphy, you wouldn't know her now at all. She's fucking from Sligo. Yeah, camping. We were
or the good old Irish college. Yeah, I was away at Irish college. Yeah,
we shifted 3 times. Jumper tit, I got a bit of jumper tit. Remember jumper tit?
Jumper tit.
Felt the boob outside the jump on the jumper. You know?
That was the name, I suppose.
And that was the thing, like in Coleman's, like that was like, jumper tit by Savage. Wow. That was unreal, boy.
So you used to come back from your summer holidays, you'd have your books out, did this, and this, the names, or was that just that lad?
That was just that lad.
Okay,
Yeah,
because I thought that would be a bit odd otherwise.
No, fuck it, no. What were we talking about? We're on to lifestyle now, right? So we're moving on. This is the last section of this week's podcast.
We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen.
We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. One of the longest podcasts that has ever been done.
What are we on?
We're in an hour and 12 minutes. There's been a lot of
about 40 minutes was trying to get the bit out.
There was a lot of digressions this week.
Just a few, yeah.
So I got to find something here now, right? So they're doing so this section, this is just to kind of balance things out on the news, right? The news with Cornelius. This is lifestyle. So 6 fun things to do in Dublin this weekend, the 19th to the 21st. So there's 6 fun things to do in Dublin. What are they suggesting? There's a Dublin block party. I wouldn't go to that.
It's like an American
a house of paddle. Do you hear about paddle? This paddle thing. It's coming back.
It's like tennis. Yeah.
I heard it's good.
House of paddle. It's gas of things take fucking the little what you call
There's a cookbook club.
No, it's something I wouldn't be interested in.
I wouldn't. Columbia Day. The Harcourt Bar and Garden. Now these are all gone now by the time everyone listens.
So there's no point even.
But I'm just saying, like, okay, so there's six. So what would 6 good things to do in Mallow this weekend?
Ballyclaw. Let's narrow it down.
Let's 6 good things to do in Ballyclaw. If you had a tourist friend and you had to do 6 things with the person, let's open the landscape a small bit now, because like Ballyclaw is extremely narrow. We'll just say North Cork.
North Cork, right? I would take him to the Ballyclaw J pitch.
What would you do up there?
I would take him to a game, and if there wasn't a game, we would have a quick puck around with a couple of hurdles. And I think that would be a good introduction.
That's a great thing.
So if they're completely outside the Irish psyche and they're from some far-flung part of the world, instead of hurdles, football, kick around the football, show them the goalpost, show them the pitch, show them the stand. I was looking at the stand there the other day. I was training Tuesday. Jesus, it's lovely, beautiful, fucking. I just love it, and it's dedicated to Eddie as well. Remember?
Yeah, Eddie O'Connor.
Eddie O'Connor. So I just think it's nice, and then you can talk about Eddie because he used to take us to games or facilitate fucking indoor soccer and stuff like that. So he was a really nice man.
He's a gentleman,
so you can talk stuff like that. So I think that would be really cool. What a fucking introduction to your village.
I think if you took an American tourist now, we'll say, to a championship Gaelic football match, that like a semi-final,
even just a local game,
but like something that's on the line, because sometimes local, like, you know, the best of the locals, like a junior A semi-final, like, and you took them to that, and you'd have a big crowd at it as well, and then you stuck them in the middle of the crowd and you got them to watch that, and then afterwards you brought them out onto the pitch, that same pitch, and pucked around with them. I think that would be a beautiful thing.
What a start to your imagine coming to Ireland and that's your fucking introduction.
That's a great introduction. What would you do? What's the second thing you do?
North Cork. I don't know. Hand this one over to you. I got one.
Oh yeah.
Like what?
You finally got me. It took you an hour and 14 minutes, but you finally got. What would I do? Okay. The next day, I know what I'd do. I would take them up to the Ballyhoras, which is about 10-15 minutes from my door here, and I would do the Cannon Sheen loop in the Ballyhoras, and I'd bring a packed picnic, and I'd make like really good proper sandwiches with proper ham and cheese, and I'd bring a couple of packets of tato taters.
Yeah, and put them.
And I'd make a flask of tea, and I'd have a few cold drinks as well, and a few chocolate bars, and we do the Cannon Sheen loop in through the ancient forest first, and back up over to the back end of the loop where the Mass Rock is, and there's a kind of a section there where you could have a little bit of a picnic, and back home.
Because you had me at hello.
Yeah,
I'm there.
That's a great. I'm going to do that soon.
That's a good second day, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I do that day regularly, about twice, 3 times a year. It's a great day. So like that. That's just 3 hours, like. You know,
can you say regularly if it's only 2 or 3 times a year?
Well, if you do regularly over the years, like, do you know what I mean? I regularly go to France. Do you go there every week? No, like I go on holidays regularly. You know, you can still have a regular occurrence over a period of time.
I always have a look at what defines regular.
Over like something that happens on an ongoing basis over a period of time is regular.
Occasionally.
Occasionally is if you
occasionally do that loop 2 or 3 times a year. It won't be regularly.
Okay, we'll take the word regularly out of it for you. I'd say regularly.
Regularly.
What's your third thing to do in North Cork, you bollocks?
I would. Do you know what I do? I give them a loan my bike. No, well actually, I take my bike. I give them my bike, and we would cycle out to Ballyhass.
Yeah,
and we would take part in water sports.
What if they couldn't cycle? You're after fucking breaking their heart.
I would just fight out first if they have legs.
Okay, they have legs. Let's assume they have legs and they can cycle. So you're going to bring them along a main road.
Take them out.
In a foreign country.
It's not that bad. They can cycle behind me. They can actually draft behind me.
Okay.
And I would take them out to Ballyhass.
Yeah.
And I actually can't swim, so I might head away off. I can't leave there for a few hours.
Have you been out to Ballyhass?
Once.
Okay, so you're going to bring them out to a place where you've been once.
To be honest,
at least I regularly walk on the fucking Ballyhoras.
I've been round them.
You've been there one time. You can't even swim. You don't even know what the fucking swimming facilities are.
Listen, I've been round them now for the last 2 days. I want to pawn them off. I'll be back in a couple of hours. Enjoy the swimming.
That brings me nicely onto the fourth thing I do.
Yeah.
I get locked, and I'd bring them with me, and I'd fucking get them lost in Mallow. I'd actually take them into. This is what I do now. I do a pub crawl, right? I'd start in the Bridge Bar in Mallow, right? Yeah. Okay, and because they do Beamish there, and then we'd walk across the bridge,
nice,
and we'd go to the Old Fiddle,
yeah,
right, and we'd get 2 or 3 pints there, all right, and then we'd fucking get a Joe Maxey out to Anakisha, which is over the far side of Killavun. There's a lovely pub over there.
Okay, yeah.
And we'd have 1 or 2 pints there, and then back into the Haven in Killavullen, and then walk through the ancient forest across my
You had me look out the window.
across my road there, and in home, and make a little fucking Irish fry for them late at night.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, with fucking Clonakilty black pudding and white pudding and sausages and rashers and toast, thick cuts of toast and tea.
I can almost taste it. I don't drink tea though.
Don't you?
No, I used to drink tea when I was younger.
You could have milk. You like milk?
Yeah, I have milk or water.
Yeah, and you don't drink alcohol either. So
No, so
yeah,
it's good.
Yeah. So we're on to day 5.
Okay, day 5. Okay, after spending so much time with you, I would take him to my lovely wife's meditation class so they can debrief, they can, recover from, you. And so a bit of physical activity there as well. So a bit of a contrast to what happened today previously. So, and I think that's 5 very, very good days.
That's a very boring day. Just like one day, like meditation.
Again, Cornelius, they can have a half-day retreat. I'm not about.
You're busy.
I'm busy with stuff.
What are you doing?
So
Just as a matter of interest, you're that's fair enough. You're
loads
busy.
of things.
Like what?
Actings.
What kind of things?
It's hard to define what I
Just
do.
define it though.
There's
Just
so
say
much
it.
going on.
Let me try and decipher your life.
I'll be honest with you, any given day, anything could pop up.
Give me an example.
I can't even say what's about to happen next hour.
What happened yesterday?
Potentially.
What happened yesterday?
Lots of things.
Like what?
I'll have to look at the diary.
Specifically.
So much happened.
But your first memory from yesterday.
Got up.
Yeah. And?
Just went down from there.
But you'd still be able to hang out with if you got up. Like, what did you have to do?
Oh, I was dealing with people. Wheeling, dealing.
Wheeling and dealing. All right.
Studying, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you're studying. Yeah. Oh, that is a good excuse. You got out of it with studying.
Studying, yeah.
Yeah, you're studying for your masters.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
So I did have him on the last day.
You have him on the last day, so this is the last hurrah. So far now, they've done cool stuff. Every day has been unique in its own way. But the last day, I find, has to be finished on a coup de grace. At a piece de la resistance.
Yeah, take them to the Kentucky.
Done.
Take them to the Kentucky, get them a fuckload of, because they've done all their walking, they've done all their fucking excite, they've gone out to the Ballyhass Lakes, they've been bored off their bollocks.
Ballyhass Lakes, there's loads of activities there.
Well, they had no one to show them to do anything. They
just paid instructors there.
Oh, have you it all lined up? You were very vague about it. You just said you dumped them there like it fucked off. They had no money. They cycled out. All they had were their bikes.
Give them a fiver.
Actually, Ballyhass Lakes is pretty good. I was out in their sauna.
But they have a sauna there. It's a good sauna.
It's good. Do you know, I love saunas, and I try to go for a sauna most days. And I thought their sauna was okay, but it was just too many fucking people.
So coming in and out, you mean?
Yeah, I think someone needs to invent the silent sauna. I think...
talking, you mean?
Yeah. It was just a load. It was busy, and there was a load of people talking. And
do you know?
They're talking about. Do you ever hear people talking about wellness? Fucking annoys me when they're boasting about it. Like,
But that goes against wellness, actually.
Yeah, that's unwellness.
Yeah, that's not right at all.
I think I'd open up an unwellness camp where I just feed people porter and fucking pints and pizzas.
There's 100% something to it.
Yeah,
100%.
The unwellness camp.
Yeah,
and you just come in here, lads. You're getting locked. You got your coke here now, lads, if you want a coke bender. And if you just want to chill, there's a few bit of weed there. And there's just fucking straight up alcohol here then, lads. Here is a room then with loads of beds.
Do what you will.
Yeah, and then there's karaoke over here then, lads.
Do you know what?
I love karaoke, man.
You'd fucking
I'd have no interest in the coke. I'd take a little bit of the ganj, roll up a doob, and sing karaoke and drink a few beers. The only thing I'd want is I wouldn't want my children there. Just me and Noel and fucking we'd have a great laugh.
You love Tokyo? All those karaoke bars in Tokyo?
Really? Would I love Tokyo?
You'd love Tokyo. No, you finicky with food.
Yeah.
You'd hate Tokyo.
Yeah.
Could
you go to fucking Burger King?
There's Burger Kings in Tokyo.
If there's a Burger King, then I just exist. Well, what kind of food do they have? I don't like sushi.
It's raw fish, sashimi. We've had squid. We've everything there.
I might eat cooked. I wouldn't eat anything raw.
Do you know what? You might give it a go. But do you know the great thing about going to a place like that? There's no reference to anything. You don't know. You're like, what's this? This could taste like anything. It could taste like glue, or it could taste the most beautiful thing ever. And oftentimes it was actually beautiful stuff.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be afraid of tasting. The only thing I just don't eat. I don't like raw fish. I don't like cold fish. you know.
Yeah, but you could order fish dishes.
I could just get
you get
something
the
else.
soups and there's all sorts.
Yeah, I know. I'd fucking eat away. I'd give it. I know. I always think it's important when you're fucking going to a different place to try the food.
Yeah.
You know, you just don't want to be eating fucking street food. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that you could be shitting out into a bucket for days after.
Yeah.
You know?
No, with Turkey, you're safe as houses. Really.
Yeah.
They do puffer fish. I think if it's not prepared correctly, you could die. But apart from that,
yeah, I probably wouldn't go with that then. I'd probably be
but
like,
it's quite nice.
Did you have it?
No, never.
Yeah. How do you know it's nice, man?
I've heard, critiques.
Critiques.
I've read critiques.
So that's it. The last day, I would just go. I'd have a load of movies. I'd have the room set up beside in their house. I'd have a fucking load of movies. I'd be fucking bringing out Kentuckies to them.
Kentuckies.
Yeah, like a fucking.
Are these Americans? Oh yeah.
I'm thinking they're
big old Americans.
I think Well, they could be. I don't know. Could be Australians, Americans. I don't know. It's just that's the trip that they'd get anyway.
That's a good trip, isn't it?
How much would we charge for that?
We could set up a web page here.
Up on the business.
Do you know, but it's quite cheap as well if you look at all the things.
Yeah, we could just split that up.
Sure, Ballyhora is free.
That's free.
Yeah. I'm sure. I'm in with my wife, so I get a good deal there.
Yeah, the pints. Fucking, they're going to be paying to be into this. We'll be able to offset that.
That's fantastic. Sure, what else? The Kentucky.
20 grand.
Do you know what? There's some American out there giving the authentic GA experience mixed in with
ultimate
local Irish
GA
culture.
Experience. Yeah, we just have to be very specific times. But you could take them to matches all across Ireland. Do
you know what? There's something to that.
Yeah, that would be cool. The Irish experience. Yeah. We'll talk about that piece. That's a little business we might set up.
Stop this shit.
Yeah. You fucking finally get away from this. The Irish experience. Guys, this has been a fucking serious podcast. That's the news. An hour and 25 minutes.
25 minutes.
Yeah, but great crack. Very enjoyable. Thank you so much. If you've got to this part of the episode, you're a wonderful human being with great taste. Do you have to give them that?
Do you know what you should do as a reward? What I will say, you should give them a free a Patreon subscription bear with me, for 2 months if they can say a word that we're about to say now, which would be proof.
I wouldn't know how to set that up.
Yeah, forget about it. So
yeah, I wouldn't know how to set that up, and I'd have to get on to Noelle, and Noelle then would shoot that down straight away. She'd be like, "No, this is a business."
She's right.
This is a business.
See, that's why we have wives.
Yeah,
they're clever.
I'd be like, you can all sign up there for free if you want to, you know. And there was a time you could actually sign up for free, no bother at all.
Yeah.
Noelle saw it, and she was like, "What's this?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just press that box there." I said people might want to get a preview. You could do a preview or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, she shut it down. But what I will do is I do like the idea of the hardcore. If you want to be shouted out in the next episode, maybe. How about that?
That's a good idea.
Shout it out on the next episode. If you repeat the next word, if you can tell us, how are they going to tell us the word? Fucking send me a message on my new Instagram.
Message. Oh, I must join your new Instagram.
Cornelius the Comic 2.0.
Is there much happening there? Am I okay with staying with the old one? I don't really be on Instagram. I was already on.
I posted that video, and I'm trying to grow that page because I'm shadow banned on the other page.
Yeah.
So I'm really over on 2.0 at the moment. Yeah.
2.0.
But if I get unshadow banned, then I'm going to come back, and then I'll have just 2 Instagrams, and then that's just really great, isn't it?
Just throw the same stuff up in 2 of them.
Yeah, you can collab. You say you can collab.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
But yeah, send me a DM on one of my fucking Instagrams.
Yeah, what's the word? What are you going for?
You can choose the word now.
Okay, so let's go for cap of biro.
Okay. I knew that was a bad mistake. We won't use cap of biro because that's 3 words. Cap of biro. 1 word.
Biro.
You showed me a cap. Biro is the word. Biro. Send me a DM with Biro and you'll get a shout out in the next podcast.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what we can do.
Nobody has got this far. I'm surprised.
It's for us.
I'm surprised we're still even talking. But anyway, thank you so much for listening. If you have, really appreciate it. Keep the faith and stay in by the bottle.